Welcome back to Armchair Armory. Apologies for the delay. Logistical issues and time meant I couldn't do a look back on Wednesday's game, but it finished at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really mean very much. We just go up to 8th for probably the next 48 hours because Everton have 2 games in hand. One of them I think is on Saturday. Let me just check that and make sure that I'm actually being accurate. They are literally playing now against Aston Villa away. So that's one of their games in hand, and I think the next one is Sunday against Sheffield United at home. Yeah, so at the moment we're 8th. I think it's more of a problem for Chelsea than it is for us. Like, I think they needed to win this game to make sure that they're nailed on for top 4. The fact that they've now dropped 3 points means that the door is wide open. It means that Liverpool have a very good shot. If Liverpool beat United tonight, which is, more than likely, I think Liverpool can do that. Whether they will or not is a different thing. But if Liverpool do beat Man United tonight, they'll literally be hot on the heels of Chelsea. So, yeah, it throws the top 4 race wide open again. Obviously, you could say, as a sort of an optimist, that for us, we need to beat Crystal Palace on next Wednesday and Brighton on the 23rd to make sure that we have a chance of getting into that Europa League conference place, which I don't think many people know about. But, yeah, so it's always good to beat Chelsea. I mean, before the game, I wasn't really that up for it because I've kind of been deflated ever since the Villarreal game because there's not really anything much more to play for apart from pride. But, you sort of, even though there isn't anything there to play for, you sort of get yourself up for playing Chelsea because their fans are annoying and it's nice to see them not be cocky for an hour or so. So it was nice to get the win. Arteta played 3 at the back, which was interesting. It was Pablo Mari, Rob Holding and Gabriel, which was quite cool. I thought that was bold of him, I suppose. Tierney also came back in at left back. In general, we played well, and Partey came back in as well. In general, we played well defensively. I think apart from the goal we scored, there wasn't really anything else we did attacking wise. Chelsea themselves also had an off night. They had a couple of chances, 3 to be exact, but they weren't the same team that they've been like against Real Madrid, for example, or previous fixtures like they were against Man City in the FA Cup, for example, or in the league. Like they weren't at it yesterday. Yeah, in general, yeah, it was a good defensive display, but, it was kind of an average game. It wasn't really, end-to-end stuff. It was kind of mostly Chelsea attacking, getting half chances, and us kind of defending reasonably well. As I said, they had 3 chances in particular, so before we scored, Pablo Mari lost the ball to Kai Havertz just past the centre circle. Kai Havertz ran the length of the pitch, that length of the pitch between the centre circle and the goal, and he put it over. And at that point, I thought, if that goal goes in, we're going to get battered tonight. And luckily it didn't, which is where I thought maybe fortunes are on our side, which turned out to be the case because they also had a goal disallowed, straightforward header from Pulisic in the second half, which was ruled out offside from a corner. Then I think at about the 75th minute or something, they had 2 chances in a row. So it was a cross into the box that Kurt Zouma got on the head of. It was a looping header, which initially, from the naked eye, looked like it had hit the bar. But when it went back on the replay, you could see Leno had actually pushed it into the bar, essentially. And then when that happened, it fell to Giroud, and this would have been poetic justice if somehow Giroud scored against us yet again. It's always the case that ex-Arsenal players always score against us. And yeah, then it was kind of like a half volley from Giroud that managed to find itself on target, and that hit the bar as well. So again, we were quite lucky in that sense. In terms of our goal, it was in the 16th minute of the first half. Pressure and good pressing from Emile Smith-Rowe basically caused Jorginho to make a mistake, make a hurried back pass to Kepa, but he misplaced the pass. Kepa, it almost went in for an own goal. Kepa palms it out, only to be picked up by Aubameyang, who takes it on the edge of the area, passes it into Emile Smith-Rowe, who just easily taps it in. He kind of scuffed the shot a little bit because it bounced off the post, but luckily it went in. So yeah, it was a man of the match performance by Emile Smith-Rowe. I thought he was really good. Followed up very well from his good performance against West Brom as well. And then I think Bernd Leno had a really good game. Not only did he pull off that save, pushing Zuma's header into the bar, but he also pulled off like a point-blank save from a volley from Mount as well in the first half. So I get really pissed off when people keep criticising him and saying that like we sold the wrong keeper because, you know, Martinez had a really good end of season and you could say he is part of the reason why we won the FA Cup. But I still think Leno is a good goalkeeper. I'm glad to see that he shut down the rumours that he wanted to leave as well, because I think he is, you know, he's probably not one of the top goalkeepers in the league, but he's definitely up there. On his good days, he's really good. Like I can't forget the save he pulled off against Tottenham. The other thing as well that's been kind of annoying me is like the flip-flop fans. It's just typical of our fan base. Like as soon as we beat a big six team,
oh, maybe the process is actually working.
It's like make up your mind, seriously. I've said all along with Arteta, I've always been 50-50 about him. I do have questions after what he did with Villarreal. The team choices he made with Villarreal and the way we went out. But like, I'm still willing to let it go on and see what we do in the summer and then take it from there. Similarly, as I said, to when Unai Emery was in charge. And also, like, I'm realistic to know that like fans crying on social media or on AFTV or whatever is not going to make the club get rid of the manager. The manager will go if the club deem him not fit to do the job anymore. So yes, get your opinions straight. Stop being reactionary to everything and flip-flopping all the time. Like, make up your mind. That's the thing. Like, just be balanced about it. Don't be like every time we lose.
Oh, Arteta out. He's he doesn't know what he's doing.
Then when we win,
actually, it's not actually too bad.
Like, it's been a disastrous season. Don't get me wrong, but there is nuance to this. You know, he's not. Yes, he's inexperienced, and I think he is out of his depth. Like I said, like we have to see how he handles a proper full season with pre-season and all that kind of stuff, and whether he's properly backed and gets the players that he wants to get. If we end up in the same position around September, October, you know, losing games that we should be winning and, you know, getting battered and that kind of thing, then yeah, change manager. But I think it's too early to be saying he needs to go just because of one performance. But anyway, that is that. I will speak to you guys again for the Crystal Palace preview, which I'll hope to get out on Tuesday, because they actually moved the game from, I think it was meant to be this weekend, they've moved it to Wednesday. Bloody TV companies. Anyway, so I'll speak to you for the Crystal Palace preview. Until then, take care, stay safe. This is Deepai signing out.